السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء، تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. محمد رسول الله والذين معه أشداء على الكفار رحماء بينهم، تراهم ركعا سجدا سيماهم في وجوههم من أثر السجود. صلوات. Remember last khutbah we had discussed one quality of muttaqeen that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam is mentioning in his dua Makarim al-Akhlaq, and we emphasized on the importance of humbleness. وَخَفْضِ الْجِنَاحِ. Imam is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him, of course teaching us to ask Allah this way, to give us the ability to practice humbleness, humility, and not to show our arrogance or be proud on our achievements. So we discuss, and usually you know that I just very quickly discuss one topic and I go to the next. But I received certain questions that I had to answer those questions in today's khutbah. Humbleness. In Islam, everything, every act, even belief, faith, everything is based on justice, adl, balance. Everything should be with balance. Same thing about tawadu, about humbleness. When we talk about humbleness, a person should be humble, and how important is that, and how Allah does not like a person who is not humble. And the first sin that was committed was arrogance by shaitan, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he expelled him from his presence. He said, astakbarta am kunta min al-ali. You did takabbur. You get out from here. So this is one of takabbur, being proud and degrading other people's qualities and achievements. This is takabbur, and it is one of the worst sins that a person can commit. And Allah does not like it at all. And we discussed that. On the other hand, tawadu, being humble and being nice, being polite, right? All those qualities that Imam separately mentioned in his dua. All, go hand in hand. Being خفض الجناح, always to be humble. This is highly recommended in Islam, and it is one of great akhlaq and great manners that has been praised by Quran and by the Prophet and the family of the Prophet Ahlul Bayt. So this is what we discussed last time. But the questions come. This is the question. Is showing humbleness all the time is wajib with everybody, everywhere? This was the question. Why? Because we see in Quran there are certain ayat that speak against it. It say, for example, the ayat I recited from Surah Fatih, ayat number 29, last ayat of Quran. And in this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is praising the companions of the Prophet. Muhammadun Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is Rasul, وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ, and those who are with him. See, this is the eloquence of Quran. He did not say, and his companions. Did not use the word companion. وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ, those who is with him. Wherever anyone is going to be with him, this should be the quality of him. With him, with who? With Rasulullah. You are now with Rasulullah, right? You are. So anybody who is with the Prophet, whenever and wherever, what is his quality? Ashidda'u al-kuffar. He is going to be strong and tough against kafirs. Ruhama'u baynahum, and he is going to be very humble. They are going to be humble among themselves. See, one side you are tough, strong and tough, and on the other side you are very humble and nice. تراهم ركعا سجدا يبتغون فضلا من الله ورضوانا سيماهم. Then other qualities, but we are talking only this one. So, what is the humbleness with kafirs? This is one question. The second question is it necessary for us, wajib for us, to be tough with every kafir and be humble with every mu'min? Good question. We have to clarify that. See, first of all, when Quran uses kafir and mu'min, it is not just a group of people who call themselves kafir, group of people who call themselves mu'min. It is altogether quality and attributes that combine their faith and their practice both together. Overall is called kafir, overall is called mu'min. And when Quran talks about those terms, kafir and mu'min, considers overall kafir, overall mu'min. This is one thing. The second thing here, tough with kafir who is tougher against you. فَمَنْ اعْتَدَى عَلَيْكُمْ فَاعْتَدُوا عَلَيْهِ بِمِثْلِ مَا اعْتَدَى عَلَيْكُمْ. A person who is aggressive, who attacks you, you also be tough against him. Be strong. Don't let him come and beat you up and just be wrong, wrong you in whatever manner he wants. No, defend yourself against a kafir. But if a kafir is not offensive, right? Regular people like we live here in our society, there are so many people who are not Muslim. If they are not Muslim, they don't believe in Allah, they don't believe in Rasulullah, they don't believe in Kaaba, they don't believe in Salat and Namaz and all the Islamic rituals. They don't believe in them. How to deal with them? With humbleness. Why? Because there is no reason to be tough against regular people, regular non-Muslims. There is no reason. Quran is not saying that at all. Rather, Quran is saying, وَادْعُوا إِلَىٰ سَبِيلِ رَبِّكَ بِالْحِكْمَةِ وَالْمَوْعِظَةِ الْحَسَنَةِ. Be nice with them, be polite with them, right? And be kind with them. Even if you come or they come to an argument against you, that argument also should be وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. To be humble with them means argue with them with the best way of argument. Academic way, scholarly way, with patience, with respect, all those things. That's what Quran is saying. When Quran says be tough against kafir, means which kafir? Who is tough against you? Who is coming and attacking you? Will you let him do it? No, you will defend yourself. This is a very simple thing. Even a mu'min is coming and he wants to attack you. You will defend yourself against a mu'min as well. So humbleness applies everywhere. Mu'min and kafir both. About humbleness, you should be humble. Your akhlaq actually is going to attract. What Amir al-Mu'minin said, كونوا دعاة للناس بغير ألسنتكم. Call people towards righteousness, towards Islam. Call them. How? Without using your tongue. How can I call people to Islam without using my tongue? With my character. Correct? So humbleness applies everywhere. In humbleness, we don't see kafir, mu'min, Muslim, Shia, Sunni, whatever. Right? No color, no creed will be, considered there. The only thing will be considered, he is a human being. With any human being, be humble. And see, Ahlul Bayt are the best example. The Prophet is the best example. Rasulullah would spread his aba. This is called aba, with a person wears. This is his attire and kind of symbol of his dignity. The Prophet would spread his aba for non-Muslims when they would come to respect them. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salatu wasalam, one day he was walking from outside somewhere. He was coming back to Kufa. He was walking alone. He was Amir al-Mu'minin. And walking alone by itself shows his humbleness. How humble he was that he is Amir al-Mu'minin and he is walking alone. Today, if somebody becomes just a mayor of somewhere place, he will see 10 people around him. He does not go alone anywhere. He wants to show his, his might. Little people show the 10 people, security on this. Imam Ali is going alone. He went for some work. He coming back to Kufa alone. Subhanallah. How proud we should be of our leaders. When he was coming back, he saw somebody else also is going towards the same direction. They started talking to each other, speaking about various topics. When somebody is traveling and you see someone else, you start talking with him, various topics. He asked, where are you going? He said, I'm going to Kufa. Imam Ali said, I am going to Kufa. The other person said, I'm going to some other place. He said, oh, that's good then. We'll go until the point where these two paths will separate. One will go to Kufa and other will go to the city that I'm going to. Until then, we'll be together. Imam Ali said, yes, we'll be together. It's good to have a companion while traveling. So they kept walking, talking until they reached to that point of separation. So now he wanted to say goodbye to Imam Ali. Imam Ali started walking towards the path that he was, supposed to go. He said, let's go to this path. Here? This way? This direction? I said, yes. But this is my direction. I said, I know. Let's go a little bit. He said, but you said you want to go to Kufa. I Said, of course, I want to go to Kufa. But the Kufa is there, not here. This is my direction. That is your direction. Imam said, I know. Then why you are coming then? Said, because you are my companion of traveling. You became companion for a little while. You have respect in Islam for me. In your respect, I'm walking few steps to say goodbye to you and see you off. He said, what? This is Islam? He said, yes, this is Islam. Of course, he did not see among Muslims such akhlaq. Then he said, but how? Then when he knew that he is not a regular Muslim, he is the head of the state, and showing this humbleness, he became Muslim immediately. Whatever. But what we learn from this story is what? Be humble even with kafir. So yes, there is an ayah in the Quran, but this ayah does not apply on every unbeliever. It applies only those who are aggressive. Yes, be tough with them. Don't let them, wrong you anyway. Why? Why should I let somebody come and hit me and beat me up or even kill me? Why should I allow somebody? I will not. I will defend myself. Correct? So this is one point. Another point. How about mu'mineen? Even mu'mineen, the believers, the Muslims. Should I be humble with every Muslim? The answer is no. Not every Muslim. Not every Muslim. Then, the Muslims who are not mutakabbir by themselves. If somebody does the takabbur, means he is arrogant, and you be humble in front of him and he becomes more arrogant, stop being humble with him. No humbleness with such a person. And there is hadith from Mawla Ali alayhi salam, Amir al-Mu'mineen. He says, what? التواضع مع المتكبر تواضع بنفسه. The real humbleness is to be humble with humbles and to show your strength against a person who is arrogant. Don't let him be more arrogant with your good and nice attitude. But there are limits everywhere. For a person, see, there are so many ahadith. We have really, limited time. Many aspects of the issue always. I said, what can I do? A person, this hadith, a hadith, not one hadith, a hadith. Can be a full book about just humbleness. Full book. It says that a person who humiliates himself against or in front of a rich person just because he is rich. A person who has money, he is rich, his quality is only he is rich. And you go and get, show your humbleness towards him, respect him because of his money. Many ahadith, not one, from many ma'sumin says, فَقَدْ ذَهَبَ ثُلْثُ دِينِهِ. He lost his 2/3 of his religion. Two-thirds of iman is gone. But yes, if he is a rich and he is a mu'min, subhanallah, so you are respecting because of a mu'min. Janaba Khadija, who is richer than her? You respect her. Why? Because she was humble by herself. She was rich, but she was humble with other mu'mineen, and she was humble for her religion. She has a high respect, and everybody feels, indebted to her. Every Muslim should. The same about mu'mineen. We have, mashallah, rich mu'mineen and mu'mineen who are in great status in this dunya, but they are humble and they are mu'min. We should respect them. Not because of their dunya, because they are using their dunya for deen. And they have good akhlaq. So everywhere there are limits. In conclusion, if you respect somebody because of any material gain and be humble in front of someone, show your humbleness just because of any worldly benefit, you are not a mu'min. Be humble because humbleness is something great, and be humble in front of Allah. And when you apply this, you are going to apply it everywhere, and especially first you will apply it at home. Why not humble at home and you are humble outside? Why you smile outside and here inside you become very tough? You are very strong at home. And what Quran says, you should be strong against aggressive people, against bad people. And you are aggressive at mu'mineen, those who are humble by themselves, or those who are weaker than you. If you show your strength against weaker person than you, what kind of mu'min you are? So overall, this humbleness is a quality. I have so many more hadith, and the time is over. But as a conclusion, I would say that humbleness is combination of so many good attitudes and attributes and good qualities all together make you a humble person. If you have, for example, strong iman in Allah, if you have tawakkul in Allah, if you know that whatever you have for which you are proud within yourself, it is from Allah. Everything is from Allah. Then, so this is iman. Then practice everything all together, make you a humble person. Even your salat, see, praying here. What Bibi Fatima Zahra salamullah alayha said. When we show, he was talking about the philosophy of and the reasoning of Islamic laws. She said, وَالصَّلَاةَ تَنْزِيهًا لَكُمْ عَنِ الْكِبْرِ. Allah made this salat wajib for what? In one word she gave the whole reasoning. This is the kind of single reason for you to offer your salat. تَنْزِيهًا لَكُمْ عَنِ الْكِبْرِ. So keep you away from arrogance. In a church, people ask me, they said in every religion we see the method of the prayer is one. Somebody is standing doing the prayer, that's it. Or he is raising his hand or he is, doing this way, the other way. But why you have so many actions in your prayer? Good question, right? So many actions, standing, then bow down, then again, prostration. Why this much? And many times. Why don't you just stand up and praise your God, and this will be considered as a prayer? I said, see, the reason is the key of a successful and prosperous and a happy society is that the people in the society should be humble. If they are humble with each other, the society is the best society and successful society. Everybody will be a successful person and prosperous. Arrogance brings every wrong in the society. If you want to remove wrong things, evil from the society, everybody to become humble. And this is the peak of humbleness. When you're standing up, standing is by itself is humbleness. Humbleness originally in front of God, and through this in front of means you are committing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be humble to everyone. to be humble, standing. More humble. Bow down. Do ruku'. Allah says, no, I need more humbleness. Now you do go to the peak of humbleness and reach to a place where no expression of humbleness is more than this and better than this and higher than this. Why? Because you place your highest place in your body, which is your forehead, on the lowest place, which is earth. Can you show more than this? No. So this is the humbleness. When you become humble and you train your nafs and your soul and yourself to be humble, then of course you will be successful in your business, in your studies, in your dealings with people, in your akhlaq, in your manners, and everybody, if practices the same thing, the whole community, the society will be a successful society, a good society. This is what Islam and Allah wants you to do. Many more things. I have to stop here. And inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to follow the path of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wassalam, and to be humble in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in front of Ibadullah, the servants of Allah in this earth, inshallah.